Black Metal Chords Part 2. In the previous video we went through more traditional, simple black metal chord shapes. This is going to be a bit more in depth, going through major minor 7 chord shapes and more darker chords, Icelandic style black metal chords, and the more kind of atmospheric, depressive black metal guitar chords. So the first things first, let's stick to the really simple stuff. So I'm just going to show you these simplified major 7 and minor 7 chord shapes that I learned from Emperor. Now what it does is that it takes the major dyad. Here I'm playing F. Here's the F note on the 8th fret of A, and this is an A note on the 7th fret of D. You've probably played this chord enough times in various different songs, but this time I'm going to add the 9th fret on G, which is the note of E. So the notes are F, A, and E. And there I moved it to a C major 7, which is a C, E, and a B. And to add more movement to the chord, you can sharpen this major 7 to the root note. And again, move the melody to the G note here. So you've got this moving melody with your chords, da, 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 E, F, and G. And you can do the same thing for the C chord. So B, C, and a D. Equally, instead of playing the chord here, you can move it here. And then all your problems are solved. Here's a minor 7 chord shape. So you got a B, a D, and an A. 7 on E, 7 on E, 5 on A, 7 on D. And again, you can move the melody to the root note here. You can use this major triad to further move the melody. So the major chord I'm playing is a type of G major chord. And then you can move to a traditional B minor. Yeah, you can move to a B minor triad. So you've got your B major 7, a B minor triad, but instead of having the 5th interval, you've got another root note. So this little, where my little finger is a B note. So the notes are B, D, B. The G major inversion, B, D, G, to a traditional B minor triad. So and then you can follow on with a few more chords. So just to quickly recap, you've got your major 7 shapes here, and then your minor 7 shapes, and of course you can move around different keys, and you don't have to stick to certain diatonic keys. You can mix and match. Moving on from that, let's go on to more evil, tense sounding chords before we go back into more difficult extended harmony chords. So now with the evil chords, as previously mentioned in some of my videos, it's all about picking the darkest, tensest, most clustered sounding intervals. For example here, the shrill, horrific chord here. Now we can make even more dark sounds. So the notes I'm using here are an E, a D, and a C sharp. So the C sharp is on the 18th fret of G, the D note's on the 15th fret of B, and the E is the 12th fret of high E. And we can flatten the whole chord if we want to. Or flatten two other notes. So right now I'm playing the 17th fret on G, which is a C note. My middle finger is playing a C sharp, and my first finger is playing an E. That can be used for very dark, kind of single guitar breaks. If you want that cluster sound, but I think they sound cooler arpeggiated. And there, I added an extra note. I added my third finger on the 16th fret on D, which is playing an F sharp note. And then I can flatten each note to get nice, grim, evil sounds. And it's not even just in the higher register, we can move down the neck as well, because here we have this is just a regular power chord, but we're adding the flat ninth. Now the flat ninth is the note that's a semitone up from the root plus 1 octave. So that is a C note right here, because we've got B, F sharp, and C. And that can be used alongside your regular power chord. Can be arpeggiated. And as well as that, you can use your normal flat 5 chord. So here's a flat 5 and a flat 9 chord. So you got your B, your F, and a C. So again, you can just move around some of the notes around the power chord to make really grim chords. There I just threw in the 9th chord, which I've discussed in previous videos. So there's quite a few chords you can use with regular power chords. As well as that, a diminished triad. So I'm playing the 9th fret of A, which is an F sharp note, the 5th fret on D, which is an A note, and a C note right here. Now there is a song that uses the diminished interval, and they combine it with a E minor triad inversion, and that's the title track of Hellfire by 1349. First chord here is a C diminished triad, and then we have an E minor triad inversion, so it's 7 on low E, 7 on A, and the 5th fret on D, So your root note's going to be here, 7th fret of A. And then they play an E flat diminished triad with a little riff at the end. And I think that's really amazing. More things you could do, you can stack up more evil intervals. So you got your root note here, you got flat 5 and a second up from the flat 5, a flat second. Again arpeggiated. And you can move around, move the bass note, have a normal 5th interval as opposed to the flat 5 by moving your note on the E string down, and create this where you have your root note, then you add a flat second interval, then the next note on top is a flat 5 and another flat 5. So that kind of covers the more dark chords, and to recap, the theory is quite simple because you just need to find evil intervals and just stack them and stack them and stack them. This is just going further with what I started with the 7th chords, but we can create more chords now. So this is a type of 9th chord. This is an E minor 9. So that's our normal E minor triad, 7 on A, 5 on D, 4 on G, but we add our little finger on the 7th fret of B. And to make that a major triad, we just move our middle finger up. Yeah, a very sunshiny chord, the major 9s. Whereas the minor 9s are just a bit more gloomy. I'll say these 9th chords sound really cool arpeggiated. And we can flip around some of the notes. E flat with a flat 5, a major 6 and a flat 9. And they sound quite cool together with the sounds quite cool with the minor 9s and that 6 flat 5 flat 9 chord. I can't remember what it is. It doesn't really matter too much as long as you know the chord shape and you're able to use it effectively. It's all good. And on top of that we can use these. This is another E minor 9, but we add the flat 7 instead. So we're extending one of the first chords we went through at the beginning. So the tab will be 7 on A, 5 on D, 7 on G, 7 on B. And that works really well with these major 7 add 9 chords. So we take the major 7 shape and then just add the 9th. So here, this is a C, so it's going to be 3 on A, 2 on D, 4 on G, and 3 on B. You can add the open E, it's optional, sounds really cool. That was just a quick demo of what you can do to combine all of those chords together, those 2 9th chords I showed you. As well as that, we can go through some chords with open strings. Like I use this chord a lot. it's just an E9 chord, but all I'm fretting is the 2nd fret of A and the 4th fret of D. And we can sharpen this B note here to a C, so it's the 3rd fret of A we're fretting now. There's some cool chords you can use. You can execute the chord differently by playing it with the open strings. Here is just a D major dyad, 5 on A, 4 on D, with the G, B and E open. So we have this chord progression here, so it's an E, the C with a flat 5, and the D major triad with the open strings. You can even start with the E power chord. Create a cool lifting melody within the chords. That's a nice trick you can do with your major 7 chord shapes. Flatten your root note so you play an inverted power chord. So this would be G major 7 to a B. More chords with open strings. You can play this A minor dyad here, 7th fret on A, 5th fret on G, keeping the B and high E open and then strum from the open A. And the 2nd chord here, it's a G major, 5 on D, 4 on G, with the open B and high E. Then you can move it down to F, 3, 2, 3 on D, 2 on G. Finish on an A sus or an A minor. An A sus 2 is just your A minor chord, your first finger taken off. So there's a bunch of chords from various different keys and different shapes that you can use for your black metal playing. I use these a lot, and it sounds a lot cooler than just having a song full of power chords and minor chords the whole time.